Team as they get ready here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
They'll come out in the pistol. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Now Bridgewater. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Fielded at the 20. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll give it to him right up the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second down following the run. And to give this time to the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
That's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now a play fake here on first down. A beautiful fake. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a second down. Find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Bridgewater to throw it. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Third down here for the offense. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. Halfback sent in motion. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even add a little extra at the end with a short run.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I can just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. First
play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Bridgewater now on second down. He's got time in the pocket. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Bridgewater. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This is taken at the 15. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Let's go! Blue landing!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll set up a throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a 1st down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the 1st down yardage. Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our 1st half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. Finding time. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Bridgewater on 1st down. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep, and this is caught inside the 5. That goes for a gain of 31.
They took a shot downfield towards the end zone, and he came up with a big-time catch, but he was tackled a little bit short of the goal line. Now the defensive guys, they got to pick their heads up and try and hold them to a field goal attempt.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. Again, he'll drop to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Their big-bodied receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Bridgewater. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
Let's go.
So as they take it over, we step aside. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. I got to go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the 3rd quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Vikings defense ready to head back out there now. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I could just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes. First series of the second half. Offense or defense, you've got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught and out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Going underneath, it's Coleman. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Well, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I think he crossed the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be excited.
He's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to let it go again. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. That one goes for 36 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
They go play action here on first down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Defense likely bringing pressure here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Toe Super toe. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Set.
Here's Coleman. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater drops it off for Coleman. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally, someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And out now come the Vikings. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some...
Touchdown, Vikings! Laquan Treadwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
This will be taken in at the 1. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Set. Blue landing. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Back to throw now on first down. And caught right side, Green. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, Leopard. Leopard. Detroit.
Now back to throw. He's got time. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Surveying the field. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On third down, Bridgewater. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Fresh set of downs here. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, I haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't like a target that size. I mean, that's a big, tall receiver, and somehow he missed him anyway.
Yeah, tempting to just put it out there for him to go get it, but dangerous throw and not on target.
Yeah, sometimes even a receiver with that type of catch radius can't haul them in if they're not accurate.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, This offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Back to throw here. They shakes him off. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And a touchdown there to help them expand the lead.
All you're looking for is as much separation between you and the other team as possible. They've got to feel good about what that touchdown gives them.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. Oh, nice move. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Can't find anyone open. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Bridgewater again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Laquan Treadwell with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Vikings defense getting ready to go. They've had a day that they probably want to forget. Maybe it's a good thing it's a day game because they've got the night maybe to wash this one away.
There's always a thing called the 24-hour rule, win or lose, right? That you're supposed to have 24 to absorb and then let it go. Yeah, the clock starts a little bit earlier when you play a day game, right? And they can let this thing go and move on from there.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Now let's go. Green 30. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Here we go now. Green 39. Now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to try and go deep again. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks,
touchdown, Vikings! Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.